A very good morning and welcome to Pokljuka for the final day of action in this, the third round of the Biathlon World Cups and the first mass starts of the season. The men going first this week, they drew the short straw, having had the Lion in Pokljuka, and 15 kilometres the distance for them. Not a bad crowd after yesterday's weather. I'm surprised anyone's turned up at all. This is one of those areas, Mike, where the weather changes overnight. It's a bit like the Highlands.
It is, and look at it. Well, it's warm again today. They had a bit more rain late or yesterday afternoon, and it's interesting. I don't know how this is going to unfold. Of course, the top 30 all starting together, and the track is wet. It's a little soft out there for those leading, so I wonder if there's going to be some strategy in terms of who wants to take the lead or who doesn't want to take the lead.
Well, the big difference in this race compared with the pursuit is the fact that everyone racing starts at exactly the same time. There will be an advantage for the better seeds on the start line, but this is about as close as the racing gets, and this is pure, it's fair. I think the pursuit is open to criticism, Mike, because some of the best guys can find themselves a minute behind at the start, and that's why I feel that the pursuit and the sprint, when they are combined, should be one event, really. But that's an argument for another day. Let's concentrate on this mass start. 15 Ks, 15,000 metres, a winning time, certainly under 45 minutes.
Yes, probably around 40, 41 minutes, and again it is slow. The snow is soft, the snow is wet. Jakob Falk there just getting this sort of pre-race advice, telling him to relax. Didn't shoot well yesterday, he needs to shoot well today.
But one of the best things about this season is the fact that the minor nations, or the so-called minor nations, have done very well. Slovenia, the Czech Republic, both outstanding performances. Falk, of course, winning, and a great day for Moravec yesterday, getting on the podium for the first time ever. His PB finishing second behind Emil Hegler Svensson in your picture at the moment. And of course, the Norwegian, one of the favourites for today's race. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back for the start of this race, due off in just a couple of minutes' time. The 30 men ranked in the top positions in the World Cup standings, ready to go today for the last race before Christmas. I think they're going to need a bit of a break. It's been quite an intense period since we went up to Östersund, Mike, and a couple of weeks off before they hit action again in Oberhof. And of course, a few of these athletes will be invited to Schalke for the indoor race over the New Year period, an event that was cancelled last year due to the heavy snow.
That's right, and some 50,000 people in the Schalke football stadium. 29th, I believe that is, of December, and it doesn't give them much break when you think they've had 9. Well, today will be the 9th race in just a 3-week period. It's and a lot of travelling in between as well. It's quite intense.
I think actually the Schalke indoor race was the only race at all that was cancelled due to too much snow, and the reason that the stadium roof collapsed under the heavy snowfall. Everything's prepared, they've strengthened it, and expecting 60 to 70,000 fans to turn up this year. Well, these are the shots from Pokljuka. It is a wonderful area just to the east of northern Italy, not so far from the Dolomites, and this, of course, the Triglav mountain range, and certainly worth a visit in the winter, but in the summer it's an absolute paradise for outdoor sportsmen.
I think where the athletes are accommodated down in Bled, it's a lovely, relaxing place. They like coming here for the World Cup for that very reason.
Well, it was a big duel between Falk and Emil Hegler Svensson yesterday. Svensson in his press conference saying it felt like a two-man race all the way round. Well, it pretty much was, and it was Svensson who came out on top. Andy Bernbacher, he won the Mass Start World Cup last year. He got 2 wins out of the 5 races and was very consistent throughout. Jakob Falk, he stepped it up a level this year, and he's now a threat in every single race he enters, but a bit of a meltdown yesterday.
I was surprised with Jakob Falk's meltdown, as you said. He won the previous day, but sometimes if you're not used to that pressure of starting, leading out, it's difficult.
Well, they were the top 5 in the World Cup standings, but nothing says that one of them is going to win today. Everyone on this start sheet is fast enough to win. It's really a question of who can hold it together in the range. And I just had a look down the top 10, Mike. None of them not one of them have shot clear in a 20-shot race so far this year. So maybe that opens it up to those further down the order. Someone like Anton Shapulin, perhaps, from Russia, or the two Swedes, Bergman and Ferry, who will start next door to each other wearing 17 and 18 respectively.
Possibly both Ferry and Bergman. They raised their game. Their skiing has been getting better since Östersund. They wanted medals in Östersund. They didn't have the form, but without a doubt their ski shape is back. And well, certainly Bjorn Ferry likes a head-to-head challenge more than most in this field.
Well, thanks to for your emails throughout the season so far. Quite a few asking about we were talking about the shooting the other day, Mike, why some shoot from right to left, why others shoot from left to right, and why a few still take that central target. We've explained it a number of times before, but it's all about the alignment, going for the central target, the theory being that you don't have to shift your body so much to clear the two on the outside.
That's right, and if you shoot, let's say, a repetition of 100 shots, you see the spread. There is an arc in there as well if you start right to left. If you haven't gone for the central alignment, there is always an arc, because the target, it's 1.2 meters wide, and you're always going to get a degree of arc within that.
Now, is it going to be another glorious day for Jakob Fack? He's had 2 wins this season already. Or will it be Freddie Lindstrom's day? He won a World Cup last year, and he's been taken very seriously ever since. He's currently ranked the best of the Swedes, which will certainly be a little bit of a thorn in the side to Bergman and Bjorn Ferry. Number 8 there, that was Freddie Pinter, who's the best Austrian on the tour at the moment, and Yevgeny Geranichev, ranked 9 in the world, next door to America's Tim Burke, who's had a very good week so far. Can he continue his run of success? Welcome to Pokljuka. We have very good crowds here. We have the world's best biathletes just about to set off on a 15-kilometer mass start. 4 shoots in all. First 2 in the prone, second 2 in the standing position. The World Cup leader in yellow on the left of your screen, the multiple champion at the World Championships last year, Martin Fourcade. He starts as favourite, but he has looked very tired. He's admitted to being tired, and that gives the others a psychological advantage. Jakob Fack has started well in the centre of your screen. In yellow, Svensson's gone off very hard as well, looking for a good position coming out of the stadium. And I guess, Mike, if you take the lead, you control the pace up the first climb. I
think that's sensible. There certainly won't be any arrangement or packed in here, Patrick, but I think this first lap of 3 kilometres, I think we're going to see it fast for about a minute, and then it's going to back off quite slowly to the range.
Now, how wise to push the pace as hard as Svensson and Fourcade have done.
They want space, they want freedom, because there's a lot of tangling, tripping, pushing in this pack of 30, and the coaches are spread all around the track with spare skis, spare poles, should anything happen. So they just want safety up the front, and that's what they're fighting for this first minute.
Well, I see that Ustigov, wearing 3, hasn't really bothered to push too hard. He's just taken it easy so far. And now the climbing starts. Let's have another look at the start. Very good action from Fack in the middle, but Svensson on the far side. Lischko and Birnbach are both getting somewhat left behind in that start. Mike, I hope that's not an early sign that they haven't got particularly good skis, rather a sign that they weren't prepared to work 100%.
I think that they realised that it's almost futile to put in a big attack when you're in the middle of this pack. You just simply cannot get through, and you've just to conserve your energy. Well, there the pace, it has slowed down. Svensson's dictating. He's got the red bib, and he's allowed to.
Well, he looks pretty comfortable.
Of course, Birnbach are the best in they've all got red bibs. Birnbach are the best in this mass start last year, of course.
Yeah, so the yellow bib belongs to the leader of the overall World Cup. Martin Fourcade has that, as you can see, and slightly confusing with all the athletes wearing red. There is a slightly different red bib being worn by Andreas Birnbacher. He's wearing, he's got bib number 4 as well. Now, what are we going to see from Ole Einar Bjorndalen. He has made a very positive move over the first kilometre, Mike, and there he is, sitting up in third position, right on the shoulder of Martin Fourcade. Now that's impressive. And to be honest, his skiing's been pretty good this year. It's his shooting that's been the weak link.
Very surprising, without a doubt. Ole Einar Bjorndalen, his shooting throughout the summer, all the roller ski races, it was incredibly fast, it was incredibly accurate. And he hasn't settled yet. He's desperate for a win. And but sometimes when you over-try in this sport, especially in the shooting, you're too tense, you're over-trying without relaxation. One athlete didn't see the number, he needs a spare pole, he's to our right.
Yeah, I just wonder if Ole Einar Bjorndalen is feeling the pressure because he so desperately wants to win again. When he was winning every other week, the pressure was right off because he was doing it with